Welcome to the channel Tips for Pet. Today we will talk about the history of the animated poodle called Pippa. Pippa was not an ordinary poodle. She was smart, adventurous, and full of energy. Each day brought a new adventure to her, and she eagerly faced them all. Pippa resided with her loving owner, Mrs. Wilson. As a retired teacher, Mrs. Wilson treasured her company. She would often chat with Pippa, sharing her stories, and Pippa would respond with keen interest. One sunny afternoon, while Pippa was strolling around the neighborhood, she noticed a blue butterfly fluttering about. Intrigued, Pippa gave chase, her tail wagging with sheer delight. The butterfly led Pippa through plants, around trees, and across empty fields. Her paws led her to an unexplored narrow alley. The butterfly vanished, leaving Pippa at the entrance of this new place. As she ventured forward, Pippa's path was blocked by a large wooden crate. She had to find a way around it to continue her adventure. Motivated, she began digging a hole. After an hour of hard work, Pippa had dug a large hole enough for her to pass through. With a small effort, she wriggled under the crate, wagging her tail in excitement. Behind the crate, Pippa found a beautiful garden. Plants of different shapes and sizes sparkled under the sun. It was a sight to behold. The poodle's eyes sparkled with curiosity. Suddenly, she heard a soft whimpering sound. Looking around, she saw a tiny kitten trapped in the thorny bushes. It looked scared and hurt. Pippa knew she had to help. Carefully, Pippa approached the kitten, calming it with her presence. She started gently moving the thorns aside with her snout. The kitten's whimpers eased as Pippa worked. After some considerable effort, Pippa managed to free the frightened kitten. It dashed to her, burying itself into Pippa's warm fur. Pippa comforted it with gentle licks. The sun was setting when Pippa decided to take the kitten home. She carefully picked it up by the scruff of its neck. They made their way back through the alley, under the crate. As they entered their house, Mrs. Wilson was surprised to see Pippa with the kitten. She immediately noticed the kitten's weak condition and quickly prepared some milk. While the kitten drank milk, Mrs. Wilson called the vet for a home visit. She was worried about the minor scratches the kitten had suffered from the thorny bushes. The vet arrived soon after and examined the little kitten. He gave it some mild medication and assured Mrs. Wilson that it would recover fully in a few days. Days passed, and the kitten, which Mrs. Wilson named Kitty, started to grow stronger. Pippa and Kitty became the best of friends. They would eat, play, and sleep together. Kitty's playful nature brought a new level of energy into their home. Mrs. Wilson would often find herself laughing at their antics. The bond Kitty had with Pippa was indeed special. The days turned into weeks, then months. As time went by, Kitty grew into a beautiful cat, and her bond with Pippa remained unbreakable. They were inseparable, indeed the best of friends. Mrs. Wilson often admired the connection between Pippa and Kitty. She was overjoyed to witness such a loving friendship between two different species. Truly, friendship knows no bounds, she thought. Pippa's adventure had indeed brought a new joy into their lives. Every day was filled with laughter as Pippa and Kitty continued to amuse them with their playful antics. One day, while Pippa and Kitty were playing in the garden, a lady with a camera approached Mrs. Wilson. She had been watching Pippa and Kitty and was fascinated by their friendship. The lady introduced herself as a photographer for a popular pet magazine. She expressed her desire to feature Pippa and Kitty's story. Mrs. Wilson agreed, feeling proud of Pippa. The following week, the magazine featured Pippa and Kitty on its cover. Their unusual friendship was an inspiration to many, proving that love and compassion can overcome any differences. Pippa's life was certainly an adventure, filled with love, joy, and companionship. The poodle's story was a testament to the fact that no challenge is too big when faced with determination. Mrs. Wilson often looked at Pippa and Kitty and smiled. Their companionship was a constant reminder of the love and adventure that Pippa had brought into their lives. Pippa continued to live her adventurous life, exploring, playing, and loving. Her spirit and courage were an inspiration not only to Kitty and Mrs. Wilson but to everyone who heard her story. Whether it was chasing butterflies or rescuing kittens, Pippa faced everything with a courageous heart. She was indeed a testament to the fact that every dog could indeed change lives. Pippa's adventures didn't just end there. Every day brought a new adventure, a new learning, and a new story. She was indeed the dog that suited everyone's lifestyle. As time passed, Pippa grew older, but her spirit remained young. She continued to explore, play, and love. Her zest for life was truly contagious and brought joy to all around her. Pippa's adventurous spirit was indeed contagious. She was more than just a pet for Mrs. Wilson. She was a companion, a friend, an adventurer who made every day special. In the end, Pippa's story was one of love, adventure, and the joy of living. She was a dog that truly suited any lifestyle, bringing joy and love wherever she went. Pippa's story serves as a reminder that every creature, every being has a unique story, filled with adventures and life-changing moments. We just need the courage to embrace them. If you ever feel like your life lacks adventure, just look at Pippa. Remember her courage, her spirit, and love for life. And you will realize that every day can be an adventure. So go ahead, embrace life like Pippa did. Invite a pet into your life. You never know, you might just end up with an ongoing adventure, just like Pippa's. And remember, every day brings a new adventure, a new opportunity to bring joy into someone's life. Be like Pippa, be adventurous, be loving, and most importantly, be you. So, are you ready to meet your own Pippa? Are you ready for the daily dose of joy, love, and adventure? If you are, then a poodle might be the perfect dog for you. Stories are engraved in hearts here at Tips for Pet. If you want more exciting stories like this, subscribe to the channel and notify the bell not to miss any content and stay on top of various stories like this. And if you have a furry little friend, be always ready to receive a rain of licks and several unforgettable moments. But remember, behind every piece, there is a heart full of love and kindness. Until the next video.